Hey, it is 12 noon on, what day is today? Wednesday, which means it's time for Ask the Instructor. My name is John Chrisman. This show is brought to you by the Tampa School of Real Estate. We're here every single Wednesday at 12 noon Eastern Time to help you understand the technical side of the real estate industry. And what we're talking about today is getting your real estate license, the classes. So that's one of the biggest questions that we get, believe it or not, is, just finding out about, what it takes to get your real estate license. When are the classes? Where are the classes? How long does it take? What do you got to do to get your real estate license? So look, if you've already got your real estate license, great. This video really isn't for you unless maybe you've got a friend that is interested in teaming up with you, or maybe just wants to get a real estate license. We'd love for you to refer them and send them over to the Tampa School of Real Estate. I guarantee you, I promise you that we will treat them well, as we do all of our students. But yeah, that's what we're talking about today, how to get your real estate license, specifically the class aspect of that. We'll talk about some of the study tools that we have available. We'll talk about the process overall of what you have to do, but where are these classes? When can you take them? Where can you do them? So that's what we're covering today. I'm John Kurtzman. The show is brought to you by the Tampa School of Real Estate. You're watching Ask the Instructor.
You are watching
Ask the Instructor. Absorb the knowledge. Become the expert.
Hey, welcome back to this week's episode of Ask the Instructor. My name is John Chrisman. The show is brought to you by the Tampa School of Real Estate. We're here every single Friday and Wednesday, and every day for that matter. I got to keep telling myself today is Wednesday. I mean, you get so busy sometimes you forget what day of the week it is. But anyways, let's get right down to it for the classes you need to take to get your real estate license. So, yes, you do need to take a class. Not that you should take a class, but the Florida Real Estate Commission requires that you take a class. They require that you complete a class, and that's the Florida Real Estate Commission that requires the class. So in order to get a real estate license in Florida, yes, you do have to take a class, and that initial license is going to be what's known as a sales associate license. And this class is known as a pre-licensing class. And we'll talk about how long and all the other stuff with that in just a second. But real quick, I do want to touch on the exemptions, where you would not have to take this class. They're very limited exemptions, but they do exist. So one of them, and this is a fairly recent one, is if you're an active member of the armed forces. If you're an active member of the armed forces and you get transferred to Florida and you have a license in another state, there's a new rule that allows you to automatically have reciprocity, where you automatically get a license in Florida. But that's, again, only for the armed forces as well as their spouses if you're serving on active duty in Florida and you have a license in another state at the same time. So a lot of strings attached to that one there, and that obviously won't apply to most people that want to get a real estate license, but that is one exemption. Another exemption is if you're an attorney in good standing with the Florida Bar. So if you're an attorney in good standing with the Florida Bar, that's another exemption where you actually don't have to take the course, but you still need to pass the license exam, the state exam. So maybe you do want to take a course with us just to kind of brush up on the real estate law type of stuff, or maybe take advantage of some of the study tools we have to offer. If you're in that boat where you're an attorney who's a member of the Florida Bar that wants to get their Florida real estate license, give us a call and we'll help you out. Any of you guys that have questions on any of this stuff, we've got advisors standing by. Our phone number is 813-333-2676. But that's another exemption if you're an attorney. And now the third, and really almost final, we have one more we'll talk about in just a second, but third exemption is if you have a 4-year degree in real estate. So if you specifically have a bachelor's degree in real estate, I know, hard to come by, yes, that is a thing that does exist, but if you do have a bachelor's degree in real estate, hopefully what you learned getting your bachelor's degree is more than what you're actually learning in the course. Maybe it's not, and that's why maybe you'll still take the course with us to go brush up, but you would be exempt from the course if you have a bachelor's degree in real estate, an actual real estate degree. So that would be another exemption you'd have from the pre-licensing course, but again, you still have to pass that state exam just like the attorney would have to. And our last exemption, this fourth exemption, is if you're from a mutual recognition state. And matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the current list of mutual recognition states. They do change fairly often, so if you're watching this video and it's not live, so if you're watching this here live on May 15th today, then this is currently what I'm going to pull right off the DBPR website right now. But if you're watching this at a future date, double check with the DBPR or just give us a call and we can take a look at it for you. If where you have your real estate license is a mutual recognition state. There's currently only about, I think there's like 6 or 7 currently where we do have a active mutual recognition agreement with, which these states are, for mutual recognition: Alabama, Arkansas, Connecticut, Georgia, Illinois, Mississippi, Nebraska, and Rhode Island. I think there's less, since last time I've looked at it, there's a couple different ones on there, but what they're currently accepting: Alabama, Arkansas, Connecticut, Georgia, Illinois, Mississippi, Nebraska, Rhode Island. If you've got a real estate license anywhere else, it doesn't matter, at least for Florida. It's still where you'd have to go through the entire process as if you had never had a license before. Now, regardless of where you have your license, if you already have experience for the last 2 years out of the last 5 years, you have at least 2 years experience out of the last 5, you're actually eligible to go straight into getting your broker license, which is a little bit more difficult to do than just getting a sales associate license. But if you do want to go directly to getting your broker license, that's an opportunity regardless of where you have 2 years of real estate licensed experience. As long as you've got 2 years of experience within the last 5 years, you could potentially do that. But for any more details on those exemptions, again, give us a call. I know these aren't going to apply to most of the people that are tuning in today. Most of the time you're just looking to get a real estate license, and you're maybe a Florida resident, you've never had a license before, so let's talk about that requirement. So if you're not part of those exemptions, this is what you have to do. You're required to take this FREC required sales associate pre-licensing course. And again, this is a requirement. Unless you're one of those exemptions we talked about at the beginning, you have to take this course to get your Florida real estate license. Now, this course is designed to teach you everything it is that you need to know about obtaining your Florida real estate license. Now, we're not the only school in Florida that offers this pre-licensing course, but we're the only school that you want to take the classes with, because I'm confident that we've got a better curriculum, we've got better instructors, we've got better support than any other school that exists on this planet. And go ahead and test us on that theory. I challenge you to do that. So look, we're really confident about what it is that we have to offer. We've helped thousands of students get their real estate license just last year, let alone our entire existence as Tampa School of Real Estate. But look, we're here to help you, not just get your real estate license, but everything you need after your real estate career. We want to be there for the life of your real estate career. But before any of that even matters, you've got to get the license, and that starts with taking this course. Now, this is a 63-hour course. And now, when I say 63 hours, it's not 63 actual hours. Even if it's classroom time, there's a different way the Florida Real Estate Commission uses to actually count 63 hours. That it's not your standard 60-minute hours. I won't bore you with the details on that, but it's not really a full 63 hours of actual physical time you have to spend to get that credit. And if you do it online, there's actually no timing to it at all. The only part that's timed on our online course, so we do have that option. You can do classroom or online. So either or, classroom or online. But if you do our online course, it's all on demand and at your own pace. Look, we don't need to time you with that online course, because our online course is designed where it's going to make sure you understand a topic before letting you move forward. Maybe you get it done in a lot less time than 63 hours. Maybe it takes you longer than 63 hours. Maybe it takes you exactly 63 hours. We give you up to a year to complete the course. Now, personally, I do not recommend that you take that full year to go through the course. Honestly, you want to try to get through this course as quickly as you can, because that keeps the information as fresh as possible. I know it might not be possible for you to go sit there 7 days straight and cram that all in, and also that I probably don't recommend either, although it is doable with our online course. It's all on demand and at your own pace. But set yourself a limit to maybe a couple weeks, a couple months to try to get through and knock this course out in one chunk. Spend a little bit of time every day. if you're doing this with our online course. Now, if you're doing a classroom course, we have several locations throughout the Tampa Bay area. Today, here we are, May 15th, the time of this video. We've got a location. We're right now in our headquarters here in New Tampa. We've got a large classroom here in New Tampa. We also have a classroom in Palm Harbor. We have a classroom in Riverview. We have a classroom in South Tampa, and we have a few locations that are also going to be opening up hopefully later this year as well. So check our website if you're watching this after today, after, again, May 15th, to see what our full schedule of all of our classes coming up actually are. Or, again, you can give us a call and we'll help you figure out. I know it could seem like we've got a lot of options, and we absolutely do. We have a class that could fit almost any schedule. And so on top of our multiple locations that we also have day classes, evening classes, weekend classes, morning classes. Again, a lot of different schedules, different time formats, different amounts of time it takes to get through the course. So again, give us a call and we'll help walk you through when and where is going to be the best fit for you to take the course. Maybe that's online, maybe that's the classroom. Again, we're here to help you out with that. That's why we've been so successful, is we help people not only getting the license, but initially even getting into that course and finding a schedule that works for you. So you might wonder now, going through this, and this might be a question that you're going to call in and ask our advisors of, should I take the class online or in person? That's a really common question that we get. Again, one of our top questions of, what's the difference between a classroom course and an online course? And yes, they are completely different formats, but it is the same material you're going to be learning, whether you're learning that in the classroom or online. Now, obviously, there are different styles of learning that same information, whether you're doing it in the classroom or online. And we'll talk about the online course a little bit more, but we've got a really good online course that's got a great format that's really structured out where, again, it does ensure your success in the course, because again, it won't let you move forward unless it knows that you have mastered this concept, and it'll really kind of focus on a certain area before you're able to move on. Or if you get something really well, you're able to move right past it. That's how you might be able to get through this quicker than just the 63 hours. But again, that's just an estimation of the time for our online course. It's, again, on demand and at your own pace. But let's say you're trying to figure out, okay, should I do it in the classroom or should I do it online? You might be skeptical about online, and I don't blame you. I've seen a lot of the online courses that are out there, not just real estate online courses, but other online. I've taken a lot of online courses, and there's some really bad online courses that exist out there. Just because the course is available online doesn't necessarily mean it's a good course. And maybe other places that have online courses aren't trying to tout as being a good course, but just a course that will get the job done. But look, ultimately, you don't want to set yourself up for failure. You might have heard statistics, so we'll talk about also that exam and preparing for the exam. But the state exam has a 50% pass rate. 50% for the first try. And then you take it a second time around, and it's only a 33% pass rate. So there's a large majority of people not passing this exam. And now, unfortunately, I can't give you any statistics of just our school. The Florida Real Estate Commission keeps it confidential of your individual exam results. So we only get self-reported information from students, so we don't have any scientific number to actually give you on pass rate on the state exam. But the reason why, and look, I guarantee you, although again, this is all, just my theory of this, but I guarantee you the reason why there's such a high fail rate on the exam is whether you're doing it classroom or online, this course will require some effort on your part. If you're looking to kind of just, cruise through this and have a really easy time passing the exam, I can relate with you. That's how I tried to get my real estate license. I was, not sure about this whole real estate license thing. I wasn't sure about whether or not, this is something I really want to do. But, let me go try to take the course and, breeze through that and go take this exam and see if really, if I want to really invest my time in real estate. But I wasn't really an active learner going through the process. And that's what really is going to help you be successful. And we've got a lot of tools to help you become an active learner, to be able to easily practice this information and make sure that you've got the retention of this information. But if you're just passively going through, and the online courses are famous for this, where you're able to just click through a bunch of information, then go keep answering questions until you get them right. It's harder to do with our course, to kind of hack it that way, where you just kind of blow through it and then, just try to get questions right, just because we've got this whole kind of micro-learning type of concept with our online course. But ultimately, that's always possible with any course it is that you do, that you're really passive going through it. You're not really putting any work or effort or even attention into it. And look, I understand where you're coming from with this here. There's a lot maybe going on in your life, but the key to your success in either of these courses, of however it is that you're going into getting your real estate license, is being engaged and active on your part, ensuring that you're putting in the time and the time that you're spending putting in on these courses, that you're being intentional about it. You're not just, again, breezing through it or being passive through, but you're being intentional. And it's difficult because there's so much information. There's a certain amount of information, certain information that has to be taught in the course, with some of it being more important for your exam than others. And that's why we've got a lot in our course to kind of emphasize what those most important key points are, whether you're taking that in the classroom or online. Look, we're going to take a quick commercial break, but we're going to keep talking about the difference between these different classes, maybe which one's the best fit for you. But stick with us. We'll be right back. I'm John Chrismo. You're watching Ask the Instructor.
The most powerful tool to study for your real estate exam is the Question Simulator from Tampa School of Real Estate. We've used our years of experience in preparing students for the Florida real estate exam to bring you the most powerful exam study tool available. In the Question Simulator, you'll be able to go directly to a particular unit so you can focus on the sections where you need the most practice. We have also included the percentages of each unit so you know which units are the most important for your real estate exam. Every question will immediately give you detailed feedback, which is almost always more important than the question or the answer themselves. After completing all the questions in a particular unit, you can go through question by question and review any that you've gotten wrong. You could also print out a report at the end of each quiz. The Question Simulator from Tampa School of Real Estate is 100% mobile compatible, so you can practice with test questions anywhere you have your phone with you. Enroll now at questionsimulator.com and get ready to pass your exam.
Hey, welcome back to this week's episode of Ask the Instructor, where today we're talking about the courses that you need to get your real estate license. So the pre-licensing course, that's what we've been talking about, and we've been kind of going back and forth about, should you take the class in person or should you do it online? Now, look, to make it real simple, just to break it down to which one's going to be best for you, well, let's first, is it even possible that you take a classroom course? We've got a schedule to fit you. But sometimes that involves our online course, where all of our classroom schedules, as many as we have, again, we have days, weekends, evenings, mornings, we've got all kinds of different schedules. You might just have a really hectic, crazy schedule, and that's completely understandable. Maybe that's why you're interested in getting your real estate license, so you can take a little bit more control of your schedule. So that's a question right there, is can you even attend a classroom course? Is that even an option for you? Because if it's not an option, where your class, your schedule is just crazy, where you couldn't figure out when and where you're able to take a class, then yeah, take the online course. That really is the only option available when one of the schedules, again, we've got so many different schedules. Somewhere, someplace, we've got a schedule that'll work for you. And if we don't, then we've got our online course. And that one is on demand at your own pace anytime. So ask yourself that question first. Okay, is there a classroom schedule that'll work for me? Is that even an option? Because if it isn't, all right, let me figure out how to get the best online course and how to get the most out of that online course. And that's where our online course really does shine, that we've got a really great platform that, again, ensures your success. And look, the way we back this up too is if it turns out that you go take our online course and you find out that it's not quite right for you, as long as you haven't completed the course, and because if you completed the course, then you probably wouldn't want to change it at that point, but as long as you're still enrolled in the course, we give you 1 year to complete the course. So within that 1 year, if you want to take what it is that you've paid and apply it towards your classroom course, there is a slight difference. It's a slightly higher cost for the classroom course. But if you want to take what you paid for that online course and apply it to a classroom course, we could absolutely do that with you. Again, as long as you're within the 1 year it is that you registered for the course, we can get you switched over to the classroom course if you know that you think that's going to be a better fit for you. But let's say there are some classroom schedules that do fit, and it really is the question, well, do I want to take the class or do I want to try to do this online? Well, again, kind of weighing out these pros and cons of this here, of the benefit with the online course being that you can kind of do it around your own time and your own pace. And with the online course, there is a little bit of a benefit there that it is, even though it's an online course and you're not directly interacting with any person in the online course, you're interacting with our system. And so it very much is based around you as a learner in that online course. Whereas the classroom course, yes, there is that interaction with an actual person, but not just you, but all the other people in the class as well. And even if this is a small class of like 10 or 15 people, that there's still 14 other people in that class in addition to yourself. And that class does have a set time frame, a set schedule that it moves through, and that is a big benefit of the classroom course. So maybe, and this is where I would recommend that you try to do the classroom course more than the online, if that is an option for you, is if you're not really a disciplined person. If you're not very self-disciplined, and look, it's understandable. It takes a lot to be self-disciplined, and sometimes different personalities just are a little bit more inclined to, not have that level of discipline as somebody else. And maybe it's your past experiences or whatever it is that makes somebody more disciplined. I don't have the answer to that question, but be honest with yourself. And if you know that you're not going to set aside the time to go in there and try to complete this course, or you know that the classroom is going to be a better option for you, then make it work. Even if your schedule doesn't work, I can't tell you how many times we've had students that they look at a schedule and they're like, ooh, I don't know if I could make that work. I usually have to work on this day or that day. Well, let's figure that out. Let's figure out how we can make this class work. Do you have any vacation time saved up? I know you might not want to use that vacation time when you're not actually going on vacation, but think of that investment it is that you're making in your future. How you taking this course and getting your real estate license, how much that could change your life, and how you're the one who decides when it is that you get vacation time rather than anybody else. So maybe you want to make that classroom course work. And again, that's if you want more of the set schedule, the set time frame. That's where the classroom course is really going to shine. You show up, you go through that class, and you're active in the class. You're doing what the instructor tells you to do. It seems pretty straightforward and obvious, but it's really that simple. You do what the instructor says to do. You listen to what we tell you and what we recommend to you, and you should have no problem getting through that course and being able to pass your exam. And again, we've got a lot of study tools that, depending on, because we do get this question a lot. It's, hey, it's been 20, 30, 40, 10, 2, 6 months since I took a class. I'm not sure if I'm ready to jump back into taking a class. I don't know how well I'm going to do because it's been so long since I've taken a class. It's completely understandable, and you're not alone. Believe it or not, real estate is typically not a career that's somebody's first career. Now, we do get people that come to us straight out of high school, but that's not common whatsoever. We do get the people that again, come straight out of high school to come get their real estate license, but a lot of times this is somebody's second, third, fourth, fifth career, that they're looking to make a change. And they're saying, you know what, I've heard real estate could be fun. I like watching it on TV. I want to give this a try. So you're not alone when you're thinking, oh, it's been so long since I've taken a class. And even if you are fresh out of high school, I guarantee you this is a completely different ballgame than any classes you're taking in high school or college. Maybe more difficult, maybe easier, again, depending on it, but it is different. And that's why we've got a whole strategy that we recommend of how to study and prepare for this exam. And just to kind of drop that in here, we call that the Pass First Try strategy. And we've got a whole set of information on that at passfirsttry.com. So passfirsttry.com. I definitely would recommend you check that out. We'll recommend that to you when you're in the class as well for any additional studying it is that you want to do to, again, make that process a little bit easier. We've got a lot of great tools in there that we've built out these study tools so you don't have to go seeking out the information and potentially find wrong information when you're trying to get through this process as quickly and easily as possible. Just to give you some more information here for the exam, let's see if we could squeeze this up here. So both the exams are 100 questions. So you got 100 questions on both the class and state exam. There's 2 exams you've got to take. And for the class, you need a 70%. And for the state, you need a 75%. Which sounds like you have a really big margin of error, and you do. But if you know the information, that's why, again, the emphasis on this is making sure that you're getting the most out of not only the class, but again, if you need those additional study tools to help you be prepared. don't be ashamed that you have to study. I was always that person that was too cool to study, that was too good to study, that didn't need to study because I relied on exam strategy to be able to, ace exams, or at least maybe not ace it, or, use a little bit of common sense on it and, get a decent score on it. I tried to do that when I got my real estate license, and thank God I tried it with a practice exam before I really did the real exam. And the only reason I did that is because people were telling me, hey, this exam, it's not as easy as you think it is. And I was like, how hard can it be? But they kept saying that. And I was like, all right, you know what? I'll take a practice exam. Before I even took my end of course exam, I did one of these practice exams, and I was like, ooh, man, that was tough. That is not easy. I got 30 questions into it, and I was like, I don't even know what I'm looking at here. I mean, I could try to use exam strategy here, but all these answer choices sound good. And that's what could be a little bit tricky about this. But what I've found, especially after teaching this for so many years, is that the more it is that you know the material, the more obvious the answers are going to be, which that seems like, well, yeah, of course. Obviously, you study more, the answers are going to seem obvious. But look, that is the secret. It's not even a secret. The secret to being able to pass these exams is knowing the material, but really knowing the right information. Because again, there's a lot of information that the Florida Real Estate Commission requires to be taught in the pre-licensing course, but some units in the course are only 1% of the exam. There's 3 units that are 1% of the exam. Meanwhile, there's one single chapter that's just 12% of the exam. There's actually 2 chapters that are 12% of the exam. So 2 chapters that are, yes, they're a little bit lengthier chapters than some of the other ones, but it's not proportional. I would definitely say that it's not a proportional difference. So these 2 chapters make up 24% of your exam versus 3 1% chapters, only 3 questions on the exam. So that's why, again, it's not about knowing everything that you're learning in the course. I've seen people taking the course, and it's almost like they're trying to write down every last thing that I say, and it's flattering, and I'm really appreciate the effort that you're putting in, but you've got to work smart rather than just working hard. If you work hard and you work smart, you're pretty much guaranteed success when you're working hard and you're working smart. But just working hard doesn't necessarily guarantee your success because, again, you've got to do the right actions. You've got to study the right information. And that's, again, everything that we've got is all designed to help you zero in on what that most important information is. You don't need to know everything, but there's certain things that you want to know really well and be able to apply that in a more complex scenario. And that's what our whole pass first try strategy is all about, is getting down to that least possible information. And again, you do what we say, and there should be no reason why you don't pass the exam. Maybe you don't. It could still be possible. We're not allowed to guarantee that you pass the exam by the Florida Real Estate Commission rules. We can't guarantee that you'll pass, so hopefully I made that clear there so we don't get in trouble with the FREC, because we're not guaranteeing you're going to pass. But again, this is our recommended strategy, and this isn't just something that we came up with. This is something that we use and recommend to every single student to really help make sure that you're prepared to pass the exams on your first try. And if you don't get it the first time around, go back to the drawing board, go back to this process, figure out where you're lacking. This is really designed to be a process where it's moving you through and you're able to tell whether or not you're ready for your exam. So that's our pass first try strategy. Now, I do want to also cover a couple of the pieces of information that you'll also need to do to get your real estate license. Now, ultimately, we always recommend, number 1, that you get enrolled in the pre-licensing course. But some of the other things that you'll have to do to get your real estate license include an application, fingerprinting, and also passing that state exam. Now, the reason why we recommend starting out with this pre-licensing class is, again, we want to help you. We've got it broken down. We're in the actual course curriculum. We break down where to do your application, how to do your application, just some of the basics about that. And we could even answer some of the questions you have maybe about your application and at least direct you to the in the right direction to get that all done. But yeah, we cover that right in the course of this is where you got to do your application. It's $83 currently at the time of this video for your application. So you've got to get an application submitted, and then you also have to be fingerprinted. And the reason why they require you to be fingerprinted is they do a background check on you. And you might be wondering, oh, well, does that mean I can't get a real estate license? Possibly. But we've helped a lot of people with a criminal background get a real estate license because a lot of times your criminal background might have no bearing on whether or not you get an actual real estate license. Maybe it does. And the things ultimately that they're most concerned with, the Florida Real Estate Commission, are they call them moral turpitude crimes, so crimes of bad morals. Basically things that would make you not trust somebody, especially not trust somebody regarding money, because that's really ultimately what the Florida Real Estate Commission is most concerned with, I would say, more than anything, is the public's money and making sure that we're not taking advantage of the public, stealing their money. So if you've ever been convicted of theft before, that might make this a lot more difficult to get your real estate license, but again, there's no black or white rule that says that you won't get a real estate license. It's ultimately up to the Florida Real Estate Commission and what's going to happen if you do have a criminal background that's maybe related to theft or fraud or embezzlement or something like that, which makes you a questionable person of whether or not they would trust you regarding this escrow money. I mean, if you've got a DUI or something like that, believe it or not, there's a lot of people that do have DUIs out there. I mean, we've had a lot of people call us and ask us that question, well, can I get a real estate license even though I have a DUI? And I've never seen it where a DUI has impacted your application process at all, so I don't think that's going to have any bearing on you getting a real estate license. It will be required to be disclosed on your application, but the worst thing that's going to happen is they're going to call you to Orlando. The Florida Real Estate Commission will call you to Orlando at one of their monthly meetings, and you'll have the opportunity to convince them to give you a real estate license, to show up looking professional, sounding professional, acting professional, sounding like somebody who can be trusted, and ultimately convincing them to get your real estate license. Now, should that occur where you do have to go to Orlando because of your criminal background, I highly recommend that you contact an attorney. There are attorneys that specifically deal in working with the Florida Real Estate Commission to get you licensed. So if it does come to that, if you do submit your application and you get a notice to appear in Orlando to on the summary of applicants, then yeah, definitely. Now, one of the things I would say where you're probably very unlikely to get a license is if you do have a license in another state or you had a license in another state and that got revoked. If you got your license taken away up in Georgia and you're like, oh, that's okay, I'll just come down to Florida and go get my Florida real estate license, chances are you're not going to get a Florida real estate license if Georgia took your license away. So that's something that that's one of the things that I would say, yeah, that's a major red flag. I don't want to say it's guaranteed because, again, it's not. The law is very fluid in a gray area around this, but that's one of the most likely reasons. So if you're anything short of those things that I'm talking about, yes, your application might take a little bit longer to go through, but ultimately you should still be able to get approved for your exam. If you're concerned about this at all, you could do your application before you enroll in the course. Now, again, if it's not anything related to those moral turpitude crimes you talked about and you've never had a real estate license taken away anywhere else, I'm confident telling you, hey, get enrolled in the class because that shouldn't be a factor in whether or not you're able to get a real estate license. Yes, you'll have to disclose it, but that's not something that the Florida Real Estate Commission is really concerned with. Again, if it's like a DUI or something like that, and especially if it's something longer ago, so even if it was one of those crimes that kind of hit their radar that they're more concerned about, if it's longer ago, yeah, you maybe still have to go in front of them, but they probably just want to ensure that you're still not that same person that you were 20 years ago or 15 years ago or 10 years ago or whatever the case may be. I've seen the Florida Real Estate Commission tell somebody to reapply in a year because they say, hey, look, we're going to deny you right now, but reapply in a year and we might have a different decision for you. But again, that's probably not going to be an issue unless you do have, again, one of those criminal background charges that hits their radar. It usually takes about a week or two to get that application approved. Now, again, you could do that ahead of time, but if you don't have anything in your criminal background, you're not worried about your eligibility to be approved, all they care about really is the criminal background and whether or not you've had a license taken away in any other states. Those are the things that are ultimately, they're going to, again, look into that further. But anything short of that, there shouldn't be any issue you have going through this application process. But yeah, so we make that easy. We talk about the application right there in the class and show you basically how to do that application. It's a really simple process. And we even bring in a fingerprinting vendor right there into our location. So that way after class or before class, depending on when it is that you're taking the class, you're able to get your fingerprints done right then and there. You don't have to run all over town to get your fingerprints completed. All this stuff we've got, again, there's so much. We could go on here. I could sit here until tomorrow just talking nonstop about everything and all the what if types of scenarios. And a lot of this stuff might not even apply to you. So again, give us a call. Our phone number is 813-333-2676. Our advisors will walk you through this whole process, figure out, what it is that you need to do to get your real estate license. If there's any different circumstances for you, which typically there isn't. But yeah, we're here to help you. We don't want to see you fail. We don't want to see you not successful. We build our business based on the success of others. That's how we've gotten to be who we are, is helping others become successful. And we want to do the same thing for you. So look, give us a call. Again, that phone number is 813-333-2676. We'll walk you through the process. We'll help you figure out a schedule that works for you. We'll help you figure out a study plan that works for you. We'll talk about the things you need to do after you've got your real estate license, whether that be joining a broker. We've got a lot of great resources, and a lot of these resources are available for free. We'll tell you about the post-licensing courses if you want to become a broker, what you got to do to be able to get to that broker level to start your own real estate brokerage operation, your own brokerage business. You could do that as well. There are some additional steps you'll have to do to become a broker. But look, we could help you out with all this stuff. We've even got new sales training courses that we're launching as well. We did an episode last week about for sale by owners, and that's the sales training class that we're going to be releasing soon that really kind of helps you understand a great source for leads and how to ultimately show them how we're able to save a for sale by owner more money by them paying us money. So even though we're being paid, that we're ultimately putting more money in their pocket than they're usually able to get on their own. And we've got the statistics to back that up. We can thank the National Association of Realtors for those statistics. But look, we've got so much that we do, and we're constantly improving every single day and trying to increase our offering so that we've got everything that you need to help you build a successful real estate career. So give us a call. We can't help you out unless we're in communication with you. Give us a call. Again, that phone number is 813-333-2676, 813-333-2676. It's about all the time we've got for today. If you've got any questions, again, that number is going to be the best one to call, but you can also drop a comment in here, send us a message, send us an email. You could send a carrier pigeon to our address if you prefer. Maybe write us a letter. We usually don't get letters, but if you want to write us a letter, feel free to do that as well. Look, any way we could communicate with you. You can even text us at that number. Maybe you don't want to call us. Maybe you're not ready to call us. Text us at 813-333-2676. We'll shoot you over some information that'll get you started in the process. Just text us at that number even. Look, we make it easy. We try to make everything that we do easy, so that way, you're able to go through this process as effortlessly as possible. It'll still require effort, but we're going to try to cut that down to what that least amount of effort that gives you the greatest results. That's the constant battle that we're trying to wage there, is to figure out, okay, how can we simplify things down that gets the greatest impact? So again, call us, text us, 813-333-2676, or check us out online at tampaschool.com. That's tampaschool.com. It's about all the time we've got for today. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you Friday for State of Real Estate. Hey, so if you're thinking about starting a real estate career, it could feel a little overwhelming sometimes. Look, that's completely understandable. That's why we're here to help. If you haven't already, check out our Success Center, tampaschool.com/success, or if you don't even know where to begin, give us a call. We'd love to help you out. We've got advisors standing by to answer any questions you have and assist you in any way it is that we can. Our phone number is 813-928-0106. Again, that's 813-928-0106. Give us a call. We're the Tampa School of Real Estate.
Do you want a career that allows you to be in control? With a career in real estate, you'll get to call the shots. Whether you're looking at starting part-time or want to become the next top agent, a career in real estate makes it possible. Find out what it takes at tampaschool.com. Do you want to incorporate studying for your real estate exams into your busy schedule? Now you can review the key topics you need to know to pass your class and state exams with our MP3 audio review. Simply pop in your headphones or connect to your car to reinforce crucial information while you exercise or drive. Listen to the first unit for free at mp3audioreview.com. That's mp3audioreview.com.
Are you thinking about a career in real estate? Hey, I'm John Chrisma with the Tampa School of Real Estate, and we've helped thousands of people just like you obtain their real estate license. If you're thinking about a career in real estate, give us a call. The phone number is 813-928-0106. Our advisors are standing by to answer any questions you have and assist you in any way they can. Hey, if you're enjoying the show today, which I'm sure you are, be sure to hit like, subscribe, post your comments, share with your friends and family. Thank you guys so much for watching.